Billy Bell is back to show you how to
double your deal size.
Let's go! Everybody, it is Brent Daniels, Mr. TTP, and I am here with my disposition manager, Billy Bell. Billy, say hello.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good to be back.
So Billy lives in San Diego, and he does dispositions for my company here in Phoenix. He also does dispositions for a lot of different companies that are here locally based.
Yep.
And real quick, he's going to give you the top 3 things you need to do to double your deal size. And then we're going to break down some questions that I've gotten online about dispositions and really deep dive this. So this is going to be one of the hottest videos that we've done because, listen, when you want to make a huge amount of income in this business, it is all about dispositions and your cash buyer database.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, number one, and it could be all 1, 2, and 3s, but it's so important. Build your buyer list. Build it, build it, build it. It's everything. It brings you deals. It doubles your deal size. It just is the true asset, the only true asset in the business. So by far, number 1.
And by the way, guys, if you want some tips on that, go back to the video down below. It was a few weeks ago that Billy was on, and he breaks down exactly what he does to build up that cash buyer database. That is a must watch. Also, go to talktopeople.com, join the Insider. It's really clear where you can find that there. So check that out, talktopeople.com.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The next thing is creating frequency in your deals. So reach out to other wholesalers, especially once you do get that list built pretty well. Reach out to other wholesalers and say, hey, let me advertise your deals for you. You know, it's not JVing, it's not that, but just it allows you to put out more deals. It keeps your buyers super engaged there, so that when you do send a deal out, they know, boom, another deal, let's go. Don't sleep on it. You know, like, you just need to have that consistency. It's huge.
Now,
huge.
let me ask you this, because this is different than a lot of guys. A lot of guys will take 50%.
Yep.
You decided to take less than that because you wanted more volume so that you get more action on your list, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about volume, and that frequency is huge. Also, there's, 50% is a bunch. I work with a lot of guys that don't have they're small guys doing 1, 2 deals a month. I want them to get to the, to the point where they're sending me 3, 4, 5, 6 deals a month. So I don't need, a ton of money. I don't need to take 50% of your deals.
Yeah.
Give me flat fee, work it out, whatever works for you guys.
Yep.
Work it out, but make it simple that they know flat fee. I can put that money, reinvest it, and bring you more deals.
Love
and that's
it.
been huge, man, huge.
What's the third tip of the top 3?
It kind of goes hand in hand, but it's more about frequency and exposure. But keep posting your deals to Facebook, to Craigslist, everywhere. To all.
Even if you've got some buyers that are hot on it in like 5 seconds.
Man, put it out there anyway.
Put it out there.
Put it out there first. Put it out there first, and then you give your buyers, your priority buyers, first priority. Talk to them first, but get that exposure and get that consistency. Everything. It's
awesome.
Huge.
So I've got, guys, this is really important. I've got some killer questions here from the TTP family in the private TTP group that we have. Anybody that joins the TTP program has access to this unbelievable group where we really deep dive. But this question says, from Ryan, it says, when a seller backs out of a contract with you, what do you say in an email to your buyers that you sent the deal out to?
First of all, before you even get to that point, you have to record a memorandum of sale. If a seller starts to get shaky, record a memorandum of sale. I'm sure it goes by a similar term all across the country. There's similar things you can do. That way it records your contract so they can't back out without going through you first.
Right.
So
it clouds the title.
It clouds the title.
And guys, talk to an attorney, real estate attorney in your area. Have them draft up the appropriate paperwork and just have that conversation with them in your state. Say, hey, listen, if a seller just decides that they don't want to honor the agreement, if they're going to breach this contract that we have signed, what happens? What can I do to protect myself on that? Have that conversation. Guys, it's worth that hour. Now, remember, also, you can go to the title companies. Remember, this is the hot tip. Closing attorneys, title companies.
Absolutely.
Go sit down with their in-house counsel. Say, what do you guys, what is the typical, or what do the big time wholesalers do to protect themselves from sellers backing out? So
and that's it. So I mean, once you do that and you just remind your sellers, it's not about talking to your buyers about it. You remind your sellers, hey, this is a legal agreement here. we got to go through
Earnest money's in, escrow's open, ready,
cover all
willing,
your
and able.
bases, cover all your bases.
Make
right?
sure you deposit your earnest money if you are putting earnest money down. Now, guys, if this is going above your head, don't worry about it. Come back to this when you get a deal, because I know a lot of you guys out there are having those quality conversations with distressed property owners, and you're building up that lead generation. So I love that. So come back to this video once you have the deal. If this happens, this is a great resource for you.
This is step 2 in the business. So.
Okay, here you go. This is a great one from Shaleon. What's the most cost-effective and safest way to handle showing a buyer a property in a virtual market?
So the way I've done it is all on trust. That is number 1. So you got to have, especially if your buyers list isn't that big, you should know who your buyers are. You should have talked to them. You should have trust, a little bit of rapport with them. So that's huge. If they try to go behind your back, they should know, hey, guess what? No more deals for me. I'm sorry, but they got to realize that that's the consequence. We've maybe lost 1 deal out of hundreds because of this. So I don't worry about it too much, just because they know that it's way more, valuable to be an honest person and not to do it in the first place. But again, if this is a problem, if you do need a solution for this, there's so many different ways you get an agent on your team that can go out.
A boots on the ground type of thing.
A boots on the ground type of person. You can hire someone off Craigslist. I've hired people off Craigslist.
This is really interesting. Yep.
Do several things in virtual markets. Go take photos for me. Go open it up. Get someone, jump on the forums and find someone that's. Dude, you guys got the craziest network of people. Hit up your fellow TTPers. Hey, bud, help me out. If we can sell this together, I'll give you $300 or something. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways. Just it's simple. It doesn't have to be crazy.
A tip with that is, if you get onto Craigslist and you look for people that are willing to take photos, or if you post an ad about getting a photographer out there, you can build a relationship in any market with that person to not only take pictures, but you can also train them up. You can have them watch videos that are on this channel, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do it now and hit that bell button so you get it, because we have videos coming out 3 times a week that you need to see to explode your business. But listen, have that photographer go out there and start building some rapport. Find somebody that's a really great, they love talking, they've got a lot of time. A lot of times if you get an older retired person or somebody that maybe has like crazy hours and they don't want to do Uber, or they don't want to do Lyft, they want to get some extra money, these are the people that you want to work with. But if you can get a retired person, that's the best.
They love it. And just go on that gigs page, hire photographer.
What's gigs?
In the
Craigslist?
In the Craigslist, you can just post little gig one-off jobs. I paid like $50 per trip to the photographers. You can do the same thing. Have them let someone go in, go take more pictures, do whatever you need. It's man. I post stuff even in Indianapolis, where I've bought a couple duplexes here in Phoenix. I've never even been. I've been to Indianapolis once a year ago before I bought it.
Guys, again, Billy lives in San Diego. He sells all our deals here. My acquisition managers are typically not going there to meet the cash buyers.
It's really simple. I know it seems kind of crazy and you want to protect your deal and all of that, but it's really simple. Don't overthink it. Hire someone, take care of them, be cool with them. It's easy.
Awesome. What do you say to another wholesaler or another investor to trade your buyer's list with their buyer's list? So this is a tactic that we talk about all the time. If you want to go from 500 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 2,000, from 2,000 to 5,000, it's trading with other people in your market so that they get your list, you get their list. Now listen, if you think you only have your buyers on your list, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. They are dating around. They are seeing everybody. They're swiping left. I mean, they are going right or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm married. So anyway, so what do you do? What do you say to trade up a buyer's
Again,
cash
don't
buyer's list?
overcomplicate it. Do you want to double your deal size? Hey, me too. Let's trade. Do you want to double your buyer's list? I mean, it's a win-win. There's no selling to that.
What if they say, how good is your list?
Then if you send it out, if you use a good program like your email program, it'll tell you how much engagement or how much open rate you have. Look, I've got 1,000 buyers and 30% of them open every single one of my emails at least. Damn. All right.
That's incredible.
Let's trade.
Have some data behind it. Now, if you're just building it and you don't have that data yet, let them know what you're doing to build that cash buyer database. Let them know the efforts that you didn't just like download something and it's, you don't even know if it's accurate.
Tell them what you're doing or find someone that's on the same page. If you have 100 150 buyers. Find someone else that has 150 buyers. You guys are straight up trade or somewhere close. That way they're in the same boat as you. You're not going up to Mr. Big Shot. Hey, can I trade you? And he's like, no thanks.
And also, guys, listen. All these conferences that we go to, all these meetups that you go to, make those connections. Remember, it's not the speakers on stage that are going to give you the most. It's the people in the crowd with you that are. So mix and mingle and really make those connections. You're going to find friends for life, and you're going to find people that are going to trade up your list with you. What should all great assignment contracts have? What are some little tips? Now, listen, he's not an attorney. I'm not an attorney. So definitely review this with your attorney. But there's a couple of things there that really protect you. And I think, and guys, if you want an example of the one that Billy and I use, talktopeople.com, get in there. It's in the download section. It's in the resources section. But
that's going to be the best way because there's a lot of different things that we've put in there over the years by learning lessons the tough way. And it's legalese, so it gets kind of dense sometimes. But the main things, of course, is your earnest money. First and foremost is your earnest money with a deadline. Today, by the end of the day at 5 p.m., if your earnest isn't in, you're out of here. And most of the time, we haven't had to pull a deal, even if they're a little bit late. But it just shows, hey, look, there's other buyers ready to go. If your earnest isn't in, you don't protect your own deal, it's going to go to the next guy. Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
That's huge. What about... isn't there a provision in there for they have to get their funds, the cash buyer has to get their funds in before a certain time, before close of escrow? Because this is what one of the biggest issues of all time is if you assign it to somebody else and then they assign it to a buyer last minute and that buyer's not ready to close, now you got to push back the escrow, now you got to talk to the seller again, now they think you're a liar,
you just
now
lose
it causes
control. Well, that leads into something else. Again, we've learned the hard way that I've put in, it's my favorite and best clause in there is it's a basically no daisy chain clause, not reassignable. As soon as it's and with every time you build something in like this, you can't say don't do this. It needs to have an immediate consequence. If you do this, if you try to reassign this, immediately void, goes back.
And they lose their earnest money.
And you learn,
and it's released.
Forfeit it.
Love it. Love it.
So that takes care of both things. But
last question, and I think that this is absolutely critical because without this, your business is going to be running at about 65%. And that other 35% is picking the right closing attorney or escrow officer. How do you find the right one, and how do you make sure that they stay on it?
Again, it comes back to your network, dude. Always build a network, good rapport. Go to someone that's killing it, is doing several deals a month, and just figure out who their escrow officer is. Ask them to share it with you. That's how we got ours, and we've been with the same person for going on 3 years now. Same person. Which that's a lot of usually people have turnover in that type of space because they don't know how to manage.
And we went through some others.
And we went through some others, but we just found a big guy that was doing so many deals, so they knew, not a lot of escrow officers know how wholesale works. We found one that specializes and does a bunch of wholesale deals. So hey, let's go.
And it was a referral. It was a referral from somebody in our network. Actually, it was a deal that we had assigned to somebody and they preferred to use this person because they were so amazing. We let it happen because we were in kind of transition and they took the business over. So it was really great. So anybody starting out in this business, they have their first deal. They have their first deal. They've got it. They don't have any cash buyers. What do you suggest they do in closing here?
Well, there's a ton of, if you have it's your first deal, so you probably don't have a relationship with the title company yet. A lot of times they'll have buyers, but you can go on tax records. There's tons that if you have PropStream, they have that.
ttpdata.com shows you all the cash buyers in your area. What about posting on social media?
Post on social media, especially in the smaller markets, Facebook Marketplace. I mean, we live in a big market, but especially the small, medium-sized ones, I hear people that only use that and they kill it. The only thing is you just got to protect yourself. Don't post the full address until you talk to the person. We've been over it before. But do that. Facebook's huge. Craigslist is huge. Those are all pretty much. They're all free.
Just start calling buyers.
Start calling. That's what I like to do is look up. There's tons of tools to start calling buyers in that area. That way you know that they like that area already. So I would start. I mean, it's easy to post, but then start dialing those people.
You are the man, guys. coming soon, Billy's going to put out a very reasonable price disposition course. It's not out yet, but I will keep you posted. Thank you for being out here. You're the best. Guys, if you're interested in joining the most proactive group in real estate investing, it is the TTP program. Go to wholesalinginc.com/TTP. wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Check out what the program's about. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. A lot of testimonials. Nobody has more testimonials. I'm telling you that. If it feels good in your gut, sign up for a call. I look forward to working with you personally. Until next time, guys, I love you. Go talk to people.